What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Tanisha coming to you again. Let me take this air conditioner down so y'all don't hear all that blowing. How are you doing today? Good. I'm glad. I really am coming to you because I just want to drop something in your spirit. You know, I'm just dropping stuff. I'm hoping you're catching it. But listen, this is just so crazy. So today I'm at church, right? And the speaker was talking about cancellation of debt. And more specifically, cancellation of student loan debt. Now, I went to law school, so I got a lot of debt. I'm just going to be transparent. I got a lot of student loan debt. And when I say a lot, I'm not talking about $50,000. I'm not talking about $100,000. I'm not even talking about $150,000. But just stay on my business for a moment. But anyway, I have a lot of student loan debt. And that bothers me sometimes because I feel like I'm just going to be paying on this forever. It just bothers me, and I would rather not have it, right? So I went to church today, and it was just crazy because we had a guest speaker, and the guest speaker prophetically announced that, you know, debt cancellation is coming to those who believe, and those who specifically believe for cancellation of student loan debt. So the first thing in my mind, because I'm an analytical thinker, I got faith, I love God, I believe his word, but sometimes my thought process will take over. Y'all been there. The Lord will tell you something, or somebody will tell you something, and the first thing you do, you reach into your intellects and you say, well, how, when, where, why? So the first thing that came to my mind was how. And then I got back in the spirit and I was just like, oh, I just can't imagine opening up that letter saying, hey, we've canceled all your debt. So that just came into my spirit really quickly after the first part was how. That was my first question. How? How's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? So, you know, I went on or whatever, service ended. So I'm here at my tutoring center, and I'm scrolling on my timeline on Instagram, and I see a man by the name of Frederick Robert Davis, I think. Frederick Robert Smith, I forget his whole name. Forgive me, sir. I want to say Frederick Robert Smith. Anyway, whoever he is, he's an African-American man worth about like $4.4 billion. He comes from the tech sec, software, investments. He was a chemical engineer, all this other good stuff. Do you know he received an honorary degree from Morehouse and then he did the commencement speech. Y'all, this man told the class of 2019 at Morehouse College, I'm paying all your student loans off. Let me just look around for a minute. That kind of stuff get me excited. He said, I'm going to pay off to the class of 2019's student loan debt. It comes up to about $40 million. He said he's going to pay it off. That thing resonated with me so strongly because this is what God reminded me of. God reminded me that he has people strategically placed in the earth to answer your question, to resolve your problem, to be a blessing to your situation. He has those people already in the earth. Sometimes we're too narrow-sighted and we just think all that is all that it can be. And that's not true. There's people who live a whole nother world different than you. They have access to resources. They have access to influence. They have access to money. They have access to just a lot of different things that you may not have access to. But the way God is a wonderful, wonderful chess player. He's very strategic in what he does. So don't ever for a minute think, oh, you know, well, my problem's too big. I got too much debt. I'm not making enough money. My situation's too bad. It'll never look up. That was just a reminder. That whole situation was just a reminder to me that God has people strategically placed in the earth to answer my prayer, to answer your prayer, to be a blessing to you, to be a blessing to me. He already has these people positioned. But are we going to answer when he says, I'm going to do it? Are we going to answer with the how, God? Or are we going to just start praising God right now and giving a thank you, God? Which one you gonna do? I think that's going to be the determining factor as to whether you get that blessing or not. What is your response to what God has for you? Y'all, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I just believe that everything I've been praying to God for, I'm be honest with y'all. So today, I'm being transparent, y'all. Today, I just wrote out some stuff of different things that I want, and not just for me, because I'm not a selfish person, but the things I want for my family, the things I want for my friends, the things I want for my church, the things I want for people who I've never met yet, strangers, what I want for my country, what I want for Israel, different things, different prayers, the meditations of my heart. I just sat, a client didn't show up, so for an hour, I was just sitting there writing. I was writing the vision, making it plain. I was writing out the meditations of my heart. Now, mind you, some of those things may be granted. Some of those things may not be granted. Some of them may be granted to my son, and I get that. But my thing is this: put it out there, y'all. Put it out there. There's what can happen? What can happen if you put it out there? If you just start saying, God, you know what? Prepare me to make $100,000 a year or $100,000 a month. Because there's some people doing that. $100,000 a month. God, position me to be amongst millionaires. Position me to have a successful business. Position me to have a successful health. It's not even always about money. Sometimes we place too much importance on money. But I tell you this, if your health starts failing and your health starts slipping, money is not going to be what you think about. If you need a heart transplant or a kidney transplant, money is not what you're thinking about. You're thinking about, hey, when I'm going to get on that list to get that heart, to get that kidney, to get this transfusion, or to get this replacement of an organ. That's what you're going to be thinking about. Sometimes we put too much emphasis on money. Sometimes the fact that God done kept you around and you're not sick and you're not dying, that's the blessing. So don't get it twisted. It's not always about money, although money does answereth all things according to the Bible. But the love of money is the root of all evil. So we got to balance that thing out. We got to balance it out. So with that being what it is, I just want to encourage you. I just want to let you know, hey, there's somebody in the earth waiting on you to release your prayer, release your request, get in line with what God is saying about you, obey his word, stand in alignment with him, get your mind on the right track instead of thinking about all this other distraction, all these other things that mean nothing, all these other things that are going to fade away. You're wasting time concentrating on those things. Start concentrating on how you can set your kids up for an inheritance, how your grandchildren's children will be blessed because of your efforts, how your family, how the ones who don't have enough, you can reach down into your pocket and you can be able to say to them, hey, I got it, and I'm willing to help you get it. That's a blessing, to be able to walk into your family and say, hey, look, I know you just got out of jail, but I got this business going, and I think that you could fit, and this is what you can do in the business. That's a blessing. It's a blessing that when your grandmother need a new roof on her house, you can say, Granny, you know what? I got you. That's a blessing. It's a blessing that you can stand before hundreds of college students and say, guess what? I'm paying off all your student loans. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. My prayer is, God, position me to be the lender and not the borrower. I don't want the debt, God. I want to be the lender and not the borrower. Do you understand? I want to give into people's bosoms. Yes, I want to employ people. I want to position people for a better life. Come on now. Now we're talking what the language of God, to where we can help other people get in line with their destiny. Come on now. Y'all, that thing got me so excited right now. I'm about almost at 10 minutes. And you know IGTV will cut off on you in a minute. So I just wanted to come by, drop that in your spirit. Look, somebody is waiting on you to release your request. Start speaking it into the atmosphere. Start asking God for what it is that you believe that he can do for you. And as always, this is your girl Tanisha giving you a big hug from afar. And until next time, bye.